return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Going left side, Madison with it. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Ritter. Brought in right side. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. He picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Jaguars with an extra defensive back out there, 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and ducking the ball.
Throwing here, Ritter. Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
They kick the running back in motion. Still sticking with the passing game. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Second and 10 now. Marshall there to bring it in. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This will end up as a touchback. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Out of the gun, Lawrence escapes the pocket. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And this punt works out. It's going to cross the 20, be touchdown at the 16-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing now, off play action. And that one's unsuccessful. This one intended for the running back. And it's going to be 2nd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Lone back gets the handoff. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Back to throw now, it's Ritter. That's complete to Bowers outright. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now Ritter. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
3rd and long for him here. Caught by Marshall. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Escapes out to the left. On the move, checking it. This is caught inside the 15. They get 37 on the play. And And that's a Vegas first down.
One thing we don't have in football.
We're back and excited to start this second quarter. You excited? We're excited. Raiders in a nice spot here to put up some points. And this is down to the 5-yard line before they can stop him. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, the big guy gets him some positive yardage in close. It's not that the defense didn't expect run. I just don't think they expected him to be the one running it.
This time he's looking to throw. On the move, headed right. And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Raiders take a 13-0 lead. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Carlson good on the extra point. And the Raiders double their lead to 14. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lawrence now off the play action. He throws a bullet deep to the right. That's caught at the 25. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars start to fight back with their first points of this game. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Tucker now on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Ritter. This one is taken in by Tony. He's got a gain of 6 there. Devin Lloyd on the tackle.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
A loss of 2. Brings up 3rd down and 6.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
Ritter setting up to throw. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for Raiders first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Buying some time right. Now here he goes. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
from the 36. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Ritter looking to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Ritter to throw. That's cut beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn it good.
Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Foye Oluokun with the pick. And the Jaguars take over on his 5th interception of the season.
At their own 2-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Throwing from near his own goal line. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
I'm just going to say, maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage in this particular series. It's a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Lawrence working from the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Got Washington. It's complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it.
Lawrence's pass intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Here he is on 3rd and long. That one's cut along the left sideline. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he works his way for a gain of 4. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. He gets 6 on that play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Ritter escapes the sack. He tucks it and takes off.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the 1st down.
From the 23. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up. Back to throw now. It's Ritter. Complete beyond the marker. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders will add to their lead at the end of the half. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders double their lead to 14. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll take it out to the 30. 19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now off play action. Chased out to his right. That's Thomas. He's got it. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
On second down, it's Etienne. And he may have just reached the edge of the red zone before going down. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if we see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
The kick by Shudak is good. And that'll get him back to 11.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. First and 10 from the 41. Now Ritter. Got his target, it's Tony. Good little whip there, looks like about 6. Devin Lloyd on the tackle.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
The give here on second. And it's a nice gain, but they needed just 1 more yard to move the chains. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Another carry for him. And he works this to the 38 before going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
New set of downs for him at the 38. They go play action on first. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. The former #1 pick, Trayvon Walker on the stop.
A gain of 2.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
To the air, 3rd and long. Caught by Marshall. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He's on the move. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Marshall there to bring it in. And he's in. Touchdown! The Raiders push their lead further to start the half. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders push their lead to 18. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Jacorian Bennett there for the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Slot man motioned over. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Buys time, rolling right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. First down throw, Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
No question, this guy is a student of the game. And he's putting in the study hours, researching any weakness in these linemen and taking advantage of it. Once we hit game day right here, Kate, the students become the teacher, and what a lesson he's performing.
From the gun, ETN gets it. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jack Jones has got it.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Getting out to his left. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he's going to be out of bounds, I think, a yard or 2 short of the 20 here.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, they shoot the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front, and they fired off the line knowing the run was coming, and boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Throwing here, Ritter. This ball's cut by Ballers. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. That play good for 17 and a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Ritter setting up to throw. Forced out to his right. Now he takes it. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Down the sideline inside the 30. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders continue piling on to this lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he won't opt to bring this one out. Content to keep it in the end zone and start their drive at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll try it left with Etienne. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Counter give to Etienne. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
This defense may have been headed the wrong way initially on that counter run, but they never lost contain. As that play shifted back, they flowed with it and caught him before he could break it up the sideline.
He's got the hook up to Ingram. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Desperation time here on 4th. That's cut beyond the marker. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Lawrence now off the play action. Oh no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Marcus Epps. And the Raiders get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
Complete here to Bowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger gain.
Inside handoff goes to Madison. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
They'll try and punch it in. It's not like you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Raiders continue piling it on here in the 4th. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get 1, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Job 1 of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Jaguars just want to get out of here with how this one is gone. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. ETN again. And this won't amount to much. Tackled after a small run to the 32. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That one goes for 25 yards. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Jaguar first down. They go right back to ETN. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 14. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kid, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive. Because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series